Today is the day of the heated debate between our illustrious presidential candidates, Independent Party Representative Hans Luke, Democratic nominee Antigone, and Republican nominee Helmke. As you can see, the entire nation's eyes and ears are directed towards the stage with rapt attention. Everyone can't wait to see what the presidential candidates will say next.
Al women shall bestrip het of terug toe voete.
Okonkwo is a sexist scumbag.
In my country, women were treated as less than men. We were not allowed to disagree with our husbands and had less rights than men. We had to obey the commands of all men. If I'm elected as president, I promise equality for both genders.
Do wat jou are told, woman, when dit jou bekome onne of tendegie of emofia.
I agree with Antigone. If I were to become president, there would be no bosses. Women would be able to do whatever they wanted. I have first-hand experience with the chains of oppression from when I was in jail. People should never feel the need to work for others.
In my verlage of emofia, women are toe hoe always act properly and op het man of te house. De idea of women bein geheel toe men is preposterous. There needs to be allow for women to op het man of te house.
What I propose is that women and men should be free from oppression, not necessarily equal in all ways. Women should not have to obey anyone.
I am sick of listening to this heresy. Women shall not be geheel toe men. I kan nog die al wat jou heretics.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Could you elaborate on what you mean by women being unoppressed, but not equal?
Gladly. While women will no longer be oppressed by the government or men, they may find themselves struggling as a result of their own faults. I've relied on myself for my entire life, without even the help of God. To be unoppressed and free means to have the responsibility to care for oneself and find their place. Therefore, when, for example, a woman is unable to get hired for a certain job, they must recognize that they do not belong in that job. It is not their place. A man might get that job because of their ability to do that job better than the woman. While this is unequal, it is not out of spite for the woman, but because of their inability to do that particular job as well as the man, not because of gender or oppression.
How can you tell if that decision is based on gender or not? You have nothing to prove it.
Yeah, well, sometimes nothing can be a real cool hand. You can't say that they are doing it out of gender, either.
The government should intervene, to ensure that all judgment is fair.
All the government will do is set more rules and regulations. The government shouldn't do anything at all, as it will only hurt the people.
But how can it hurt the people when it is the people that decide what the government does? This is a democracy, not a tyranny like what my uncle Creon imposed on the people.
Boot of eeuwe advents are wrong. It is de gods and ancestors tradiside te laafs of de land. It is onleidroog, dat we kan product enig eams to lieve.
Although I agree about honoring the gods and the deceased, I fail to see the relevance of the yams.
Eyo daartoe disrespect my eams. My te agree at the art goddess aan die penis eyo.
What in the name of Zeus is Anani? Ow, that hurt.
Dat is wat eyo het for disrespecting the gods.
Now that Antigone has recovered, let us talk about your immigration policies.
I would let in immigrants as long as they are willing to fight for what's morally right. I propose softer regulations on immigrants.
Just like Antigone, I also support a loose immigration policy. As long as the immigrants don't stir up trouble and try to oppress people, they're fine.
We must not let other nations think we are soft by letting immigrate into our nation. Otherwise we will infect eastlike te Christians dit toe my verlage. Otherwise, te wil corrupt our culture and traditions. We need a stricter immigration policy. I kult baartoelose my son woe to Christianity, nog maar onschuld sy vertaatkind of los.
Thank you all for being here today. I wish you the best of luck on your elections. As the elections gradually approach, Only one question remains to be answered: who will become the next President of the United States?